Hi. I'm trying something new. I'm trying to go live on two platforms at one time. Every Monday through Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a live class on herbs and natural living. I've been doing it on TikTok and trying to do the restreams, post the restreams on YouTube, and I just can't keep up. So now what I'm trying to do is go live on both platforms at the same time. So, welcome everybody. It's the herbs and natural living class with Melissa of New Lunar Rain Botanicals. And today the topic is hacks. I tried to do this on Thursday, but we got cut off. So we're going to try this again. Hacks, where to shop, how to read the labels, where to get the good when it comes to stuff that's free from pesticides and fertilizers, but at the better price, at the good reasonable price. Okay, because a lot of times people who don't know any better or any different will just default to something like Whole Foods or other specialty natural stores that really have higher prices. So I just want to share some of the things that I've learned over the years. I started off in this natural living process before, all the branches of all this natural living stuff was around. So it was a thing to find bargains. And just quickly to tell you the format, I'm just going to go into this maybe for a few minutes and then open it up for Q&A. And today's subject is shopping hacks, like I said. Okay. So basically, my favorite stores to get sundries, the dry food stuff, the prepackaged stuff that I do need that is not fresh foods that helps with cooking ingredients such as baking soda, flour, olives, all the stuff that's canned and packaged. I get it from Trader Joe's, me personally, because there's also Sprouts and Whole Foods and Fresh Market, right? But those are higher priced. I find Trader Joe's to have really accessible prices. I'm talking about physical stores. I find them to have physical accessible prices, and they have an oath, a promise that they've made that on their brand there are no artificial colors, fragrances, preservatives, flavors, or pesticides. I have anything that has their logo on it. So they don't even have to say it over and over again on all their packages. Okay. There are a few things that I do get from Walmart. The bulk seeds, they have non-GMO and organic bulk seeds such as flax and chia that I use a lot in my home and for my clients. So sometimes I'll direct them to Walmart. You can find some things in their aisles, some sundries, but the labels that you're going to look for in the regular grocery stores are the non-GMO project label. Everything you get that's packaged, please make sure in these major big supermarkets, make sure that it says non-GMO project on it, and it also has the organic label, certified organic, because we went over that before in a class before, where organic is not just that it's free of pesticides and fertilizers. Organic also means that it hasn't been irradiated, which is when they subject food and meats, vegetables, produce to a stream, like a shower of different types of radiation. And that's to kill the microbes on the outside of the fruit of the foods. But it also kills the yeast, which is very beneficial to us a lot of times. And like all kind of microbes, it helps our flora and the microbiome of our bodies. And then it's dead. And they say that the irradiation really only gets rid of the amount of nutrition that cooking would get rid of in food. But I already know that cooking gets rid of a lot of nutrition in food. So if you're telling me that a raw piece of broccoli, you irradiate it, and now it has as much nutrition as it would have after I cooked it, and now I'm gonna cook it, now I'm losing even more. So I'm not into that irradiation. When you buy, I suggest Trader Joe's for the prepackaged stuff. If you need other stuff, make sure that on the label it has non-GMO project, and it has certified organic, those things on the labels. But when it comes to produce, now the stuff that we really need, the bulk of what you're going to eat should be fresh fruits and vegetables, right? um Sometimes you can find good sales in your grocery stores, but I don't depend on that. I don't get a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables from Trader Joe's either. I go to farmers markets, local farmers markets, for many reasons. One, You get good prices and good deals because these farmers make a whole lot more produce than they can ever eat themselves or even sell. And they have to sell it because it goes bad. So you get good deals all the time. So you just Google farmers markets. Also, community gardens. Community gardens. There's many churches in many neighborhoods that will have a plot of land where their members are making a garden. Okay, you can join them. There's also many cities. You'd be surprised. Most of them are in the hood, right? Where a group of citizens will be like, okay, this plot has been empty for a long time. Let's go to the county people or the city people, whoever's in charge, and ask them, can we please use this to create a community garden until you build your high rise, which is not going to come around for the next couple of years. Most of the time they'll have plots sitting around for years, and it's nothing for them to allow the community to grow food on it in the meantime until they begin constructing. And in that meantime, it serves as a beautiful resource. It's peaceful, it's community building, totally organic. The 90% of the time they're going to be organic, and you'll learn gardening, and you'll learn how to maintain your own garden at home, and you'll build community. Because if we're dependent on these big box grocery stores and they go down, and also we don't know nobody too, all of us are asked out. But if we build community and teach each other, then guess what? I got a little bit of this herb growing in my backyard. You got a little bit of that herb growing in your backyard. Together, we will always have a complete meal. You see, so it's being proactive and being self-sustaining. And that's the responsible thing for citizens to do. You know what I mean? And you know exactly what's in your food, and you grow it, and you involve the children, and the children will eat what they grow. A lot of our fussy eaters, especially the toddlers and stuff, if they went through the process with you of growing the tomatoes and planting the seeds and tending to it and weeding it and understanding it, they will eat it. They'll want to eat it. You see what I mean? It's kind of like a hack to get the kids to eat more healthy too. Even just digging in the dirt exposes you to the flora, even through the skin, and the good bacteria that you need for your immune system, that we need for our immune system. So I'm just always going to say, you can Google the keywords that you're going to look for is community garden, urban garden, church garden. I can almost guarantee, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, if you Google those words and put in your zip code, you'll find some people growing some fresh produce right around you. And it'll be so much cheaper than going to the Walmart or the Whole Foods and buying their organic produce. And you'll be building community. That's something that we could use more of, you know. Now, that's when it comes to food, right? Also, there's a couple of online sources that I really love, but you can Google them. When you Google one of them, you're going to come up with a whole bunch of others. One is Misfits Market, Misfit, like MISFITS. And what they do is they take the ugly produce, because, you know, for some reason we're really into throwing away food in this country. So the big box grocery stores and the major chain grocery stores, they won't take a tomato that looks like two tomatoes stuck together, or, you know, a carrot that looks like two carrots stuck together. They just won't take them. But then there are people like Misfits Markets who will, and they have all organic produce as well. It's just that they look a little funny, but they're regular vegetables, and they sell it cheaper. Also, Thrive, I think it's thrivemarket.com, is another one where you can get packaged foods that don't have preservatives and all these crazy artificial colors and flavors, and all the artificial preservatives and stuff like that that cause neurological, immune system, all kind of crazy imbalances in the body. And what they do is they buy it in bulk, they put it in a warehouse, and they don't have the overhead of a fancy store with pretty lights that make mood lighting and stuff like that. And then they transfer the profits over to us, so we get it much cheaper. And they're the brands that you would see in Whole Foods, but at a fraction of the price. You see, so there's these hacks for shopping so that we don't have to come way. You don't got to dig deep in your pockets. You don't even got to look at a Whole Foods to get everything that's in there. Right? Like I said, if you just put in there Misfits Market or Thrive, you'll see there's many other markets online as well. And they got free shipping too. Okay. So that's where I go for all of my food and sundry products. When it comes to cleaning products as well, I make sure that everything I have in my house is non-toxic. So you'll find really good cheap you'll find really good cheap cleaning products at Trader Joe's as well. But then you have things that, like, a lot of the multi-level marketing herbal companies will have clean cleaning products that last forever. For example, Nature Sunshine Products is one that I'm associated with. They got all kind of wonderful cleaning products that are completely non-toxic. Maybe someone around you sells for a company such as Melaleuca or something like that, or even buy small from small businesses. Right here on TikTok, you can search non-toxic cleaning companies and you'll find so many small home-based businesses that you can buy from for your home and your own body care, that are toxin free and harsh chemical free, so that we can not be. So when I tell people that we're being bombarded by toxins, I don't mean to overwhelm you with just all the bad things that are around. I want to give you the solutions as well, because we're buying these toxins. The vast majority of our toxic environment is stuff that we're working for and with our hard-earned money buying and then poisoning ourselves. So these are some hacks, because the number one reason why people say they can't get these better quality foods and products is because they cost more, but they don't have to if you know where to shop. So, like I said, my favorite store that's in the physical storefront to get my sundries and my dry groceries is Trader Joe's. After Trader Joe's, when I'm getting my produce, it's the farmers markets or the urban market gardens and community gardens. I love them. I've found so much family in them, just spending time gardening. And I don't even like gardening so much, but when I'm around other people and they got little, spring parties and stuff, like, it's a wonderful community builder and very healthy and great for the kids. And then, like I said, online, you can find sources such as misfitsmarket.com. Misfitsmarket.com. They have wonderful organic produce, free shipping at a fraction of the price that you'll find organic produce anywhere else in these grocery stores. Free shipping. And then there's also the Thrive, which is where you can get some more dry groceries, such as flour, baking soda, stuff like that, and home cleaning products at a fraction of the price, because they buy it bulk and they don't care about mood lighting in the stores. So you don't got to pay for that. And you get it at a fraction of the price as well. So we can live healthy and natural with all the good products and high quality products without coming deeper. Actually, you could end up spending less than if you were, only shopping at Walmart or Costco or Sam's Club, for example. So that's the hack that I wanted to share today. Like I said, Monday through Thursday, I do like 10-15 minutes of just one life hack for natural living, to help us navigate this modern world that has us bombarded right now with toxins, as we shift into a more natural space for all of us. And they're really practical little tidbits that you can digest at 4 o'clock. And I really only take about 10-15 minutes to go over that. Then I open it up for Q&A. Anything that might be on your mind, anything I can help you with. I have studied herbs intensely for the past over 25 years, both with indigenous mentors and formalized education at American College of Healthcare Sciences. I graduated as a master herbalist. So if there's anything I can help you with, that's what I open it up for now. If you got any questions, put it in the chat. If you have an anonymous question, you can text my business, and I'll get to it the next live, or I'll just answer you directly. My business phone number is 2 long life 2, the number 2, and then long life 2. So I think that's 256-645-4332. Okay, so let's see if we have any questions. I'm gonna cut it short today. Usually, sometimes we go for an hour and a half with these questions, but today I have a, so much work to do and so many things I want to post that I'm like running out of time. So I'm gonna just go till about 4:30 today. If anybody has any questions, good day, Moonshaw. Hi, Joseph Phillips 834. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Thank you for my rose. Do you have any questions? Can I help you with anything? Do you have any herbal questions, or you got a herb lying around, or any health issues that you're going through, or anything I could clarify from any other posts? You can let me know. The replays are going to be on my website. Because right now, what I figured out is to go live on both YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So then I don't have to download it and then re-upload it to YouTube. I figured that out. So now we're gonna be on time with the replays. We're gonna try. I'm gonna figure out how to keep up with this because this is some good stuff. And the questions you guys come with are so awesome. And I go live because I can't even anticipate some of the questions that you'll have. So okay, going once, going twice. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody if anyone did ask a question. And like I said, I'll be here again tomorrow, Thursday. And I think tomorrow what I'm going to go over is iodine, another substance that everybody should have in their house. I just got my PSA results back and it's higher than normal. Okay, so prostate is something that they've normalized to start breaking down in your midlife when actually you don't got to go through that. You don't got to go through that. What is causing the premature breakdown in the prostate integrity tissue, the integrity of the prostate tissues, is the diet. It's the fact that if you are living a regular American diet and eating cooked foods, then you have a level of constipation. Constipation doesn't mean that you can't poop. Constipation means that the pathways into the colon as well are blocked. The pathways for the lymphatic system dumps into the colon. The lymphatic system is a system of vessels that is a major part of the immune system. It cleans the blood and the interstitial fluid, this fluid in between the cells as well. And in the it doesn't have a pump, so it needs to move by you moving and you jumping and stretching, right? And then it dumps into the descending colon, either psychically or when you stimulate it, such as in dry brushing. If you have a layer of plaque in your intestines, like most Americans do, these organs won't be able to dump into the colon. Also, the liver dumps into the colon. Any stones you might be getting rid of from the gallbladder, it'll dump into the colon and you'll poop them out. But it won't be able to do that if you have that typical plaque that everybody has in their intestines. It really comes down to diet. Too much sugar, too many carbs, not nearly enough green foods. If you were to switch your lifestyle and eat mostly plants, right, and have the cooked foods on the side, including the meat, including the carbs and the flour and the potatoes and the breads and stuff like that, put that stuff on the side and make the star of the show your vegetables and your salads, right? You would see a difference, I promise, in your PSA and in every other test that they could give you. It's too much sugar, causing insulin resistance, and it just builds up. The sugar builds up in your blood, and it causes havoc in every organ and makes you age prematurely. It drains you of all of your nutrition. So I highly recommend doing a good cleanse to remove that plaque, and then rebuilding the body back up with proper foods, which is a plant-based diet. And in the meantime, there are herbs that will help to strengthen the prostate. The most famous one is a herb called saw palmetto. Saw, like a saw, SAW, palmetto, PALMETTO, berries. Those are almost specifically made for the human prostate gland, right? And you can take that you can take that in any way you can get in your body. Tincture, capsules, teas, powder, however you can get it in your body. Get it in your body, okay? And that will really, really, really help strengthen your prostate. But remember, herbs don't work like pharmaceutical drugs claim to work, where you could just do whatever you want and then just take this herb and it'll have the effect. It needs to be coupled with, especially for long-term permanent healing, permanent fixing of this problem, you need to clean out your body on the inside. And that will start by clearing out the colon. And then everything else will have the opportunity to clear out as well. The kidneys, the gallbladder, pancreas, spleen, liver, everything else will be able to drain properly, the lymphatic system, once the colon is cleared. And you can do that. I've got several videos in my TikTok feed on how to do an internal cleanse. I recommend having a period of time, at least 7 days, if you've never cleansed before, of where you just eat greens and plants. And the sweet fruits should be 25%, while all the other produce is 75%. I need to be a little bit more accurate, because before I was saying fruits 25% and then, vegetables 75%. But the technical definition of a fruit, cucumbers are fruits, bell peppers are fruits. You see what I'm saying? So what I really mean to say is 25% sweet fruit. 75% is all the other produce, with an emphasis on green. Okay, because that's going to oxygenate the body. That has the enzymes to get rid of everything that is weakening the prostate gland and everything else in your body. And then the fiber as well, to just grab onto the mucus and the chunks of crap and pull it out of the corners and get it out of you all the way. You need to do a good cleanse. And then when you get to rebuilding and you get back to your regular diet, have green juice every day, just as a habit. And you can put in your green juice. It's a hack for the modern living, these green smoothies, because you can make it into a super, super nutritious drink by adding all kind of superfood powders, which I have on my website. I have a page called Just Superfood Powders, with the main ones that you would need for almost anything you need in your life. From those longevity mushrooms that help repair DNA, right, to the superfood greens that contains, I have a superfood green that has everything from probiotics and prebiotics and wheatgrass, spirulina, chlorella, all these things that oxygenate, alkalinize the blood. And, chewing all this stuff would take forever. You get tired of chewing it before you could put it in a nice smoothie that tastes good and slurp it down with a straw. And you know what I mean? It's so efficient, cost efficient as well. And you do your green juice every day with those superfood powders, and take your saw palmetto supplement, which you can get online. Make sure you get it from, it's not an endangered plant, so it's not hard. A lot of people aren't knocking it off like some other herbs. And just I recommend the Vitamin Shop to find saw palmetto, SHOPPE. They have a store franchise that's nationwide. Just Google with your zip code saw palmetto for the prostate gland. Just make sure you're looking for, organically grown. I like small batch herbal companies personally. I don't like these big chains and big old companies, because they have too much protection to do whatever they want, right? But the small ones, they seem to have you'll have a better chance of having integrity in the smaller herbal companies. So I hope that helps. Clean out your colon, which will also clean out your whole body and your blood, and will take off the burden off of what's hurting and weakening the prostate. And then build your body back up with green juice every day, a plant-based diet, and lots of good superfoods in there. And then you can also take the herb saw palmetto, which is really good for the prostate and everything that the prostate needs. It even looks like, a prostate gland. So I hope that helps. Good afternoon. Omar Seda, 61. Good afternoon. Any other questions I can help with anybody else? I'm here Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I go over one quick little hack that you can implement in your life starting today. We've done a lot. We've gone over a lot, so I'm really happy. We've had some awesome questions that have helped, I'm sure, many other people as well. You're so welcome. I hope that helps. I hope it made sense. If there's any deeper you'd like to get into, just reach out to me. And other than that, I was gonna cut it short today anyway, because I have so much to do for you guys. So much to share, and I don't even know how it's gonna fit. I don't know how this is supposed to fit in a day. So if anybody has any other questions or any health concerns or curiosities about herbs, how to prepare them, what to do, how often to take, I also can if I don't know, we can look it up together. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, I'll be back here again tomorrow at 4 p.m. And I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'm going to talk about iodine and why every household needs to have a little bit of it and all the really cool things it can do. From warts to thyroid healing to metabolism and all kind of stuff. Chaga and lion's mane, do you recommend? And I think you're welcome. I highly recommend them. I highly recommend them. Those mushrooms right there. First of all, lion's mane is one of my favorite because I'm very, very sensitive to caffeine. I can't take anything with caffeine. It just shreds my urethra. Like it almost like I could almost feel it sucking all the nutrients out that I need for my sphincter to close. And I literally pee myself. Like I literally will get the urge to go to the bathroom and it'll just all come out if I have coffee 3 days in a row. So if you find yourself incontinent and you're a coffee drinker, that might be one of the main reasons why. And you can reverse it. Just got to take your minerals again and stop drinking that coffee. But lion's mane has an interesting way to give you energy. You just feel so alert up. You know what I mean? And if you take too much of it, you'll still be able to go to bed at night. And then when you get up, you'll just still be like up and alert and no foggy and no crashing. Lion's mane has been proven in scientific studies to regrow neurons, something that they say can't be done. Regrow damaged nerve cells, reconnect and make the dendrites and the axons, the parts that come together to make thoughts come together and to make you be able to relate different things and compare different things. The degradation of these nerve cells is what causes dementia and Alzheimer's. Like lion's mane reverses that damage to these brain and nerve cells. I love lion's mane. It is an amazing gift. It has so many properties, but the ones that I know the most about and that I use it for is for that, for memory and brain protection and also energy. Like it makes you just up. No matter how tired you are, if you take lion's mane, you'll be up and not like coffee jittery. No jitters, just up, alert. And it's not too much energy. You don't feel jumpy, none of that. You're just up. And then it doesn't keep you up. Come time when your circadian rhythm is like, oh, yeah, this is when we usually go to sleep, it'll let you go to sleep. And then when you wake up, you won't need as much sleep. And then when you wake up, you're like, yes, lion's mane. You wake up and you just be up, still on the lion's mane, just up. Chaga is amazing. Chaga is one of them. I have a blend on my website in the superfood powders page of my website called Longevity Herbs. Chaga, reishi, cordyceps, all these funguses, they are amazing. They're longevity herb. They make you live longer. They repair DNA. They give for overall body health. It's almost impossible to OD on them. And they're the type of medicine where it's like the more you take it, the better they are over time. That's what you call an adaptogen, something that is safe, something that the longer and something that is overall your whole body, it helps your whole body, and that's something that the more you take it, the better your body responds to it. So I think I heard of this man in China who was stupid old. I don't even want to say how old because I want to say that he's like 120 something years old, and they keep asking him, how come you can't die? And he's like, I don't know. I just keep waking up. But he lives in the mountains in China, and that's all he eats is these mushrooms, you know. So yes, I love chaga and I love lion's mane. They're two of my favorite mushrooms, but there's also others, like I said, turkey tail, reishi, cordyceps. There's like a family of them. and you can take them in combination, like how I have on my website, or you can take them just for one, like lion's mane alone. I take lion's mane alone when I need that energy and I'm like exhausted, but I got a whole day to go. I'll take lion's mane alone and put a little teaspoon in my whatever in my smoothie, and when I tell you, up, up. Yeah, I love, lion's mane. I highly recommend it. So I can get more information. Yes, please do. Please do. Tunga Ali. So I heard that that's really good for men specifically, for libido. And I don't have a lot of experience with that particular herb, but we can look it up together. Um, I know that it's generally safe and it's popular for libido, especially for men. And it helps in with testosterone levels, balance out testosterone levels. Because nowadays, balancing out testosterone levels means giving you more testosterone because testosterone, I don't know if there's like a war against testosterone going on right now, but it's like everything's taking it away and depleting it from men. Effects. Okay, so here is a study that you can find on PubMed.gov entitled Effect of Tongkat Ali on Stress Hormones and Psychological. It's called Malaysian ginseng. Okay. So it's a root, it's anti-aging. The scientific name is Eurycoma longifolia. Okay. And the plant, hi, my love. The plant is also called Malaysian ginseng. Okay, so it is said to improve libido, like I said, energy, great for sports. Okay, people, and weight loss. Helps to improve sex drive, fatigue, and overall well being. Helps to release free testosterone. Look at that. Okay. So, in the results of this test that I'm looking up right now, that's on PubMed.gov, you can look it up yourself. These are peer-reviewed studies by scientists in these big old institutions. So it's not my word, okay? And the conclusion says daily supplementation of Tonka Ali root extract improves stress hormone profile, so it lowers your cortisol, which causes fat, right? And all kind of damage all over the body, and certain mood state parameters, suggesting that this ancient remedy may be effective approach to yielding the body from detrimental effects of modern chronic stress, which may include general everyday stress, as well as the stress of dieting, sleep deprivation, and exercise training. So, yeah, they found that people's anger, confusion, and tension reduced by taking this Danga Ali. Also, with the salivary profiles of salivary cortisol, and testosterone was significantly improved by Tunga Ali supplementation. It reduced the cortisol and increased the testosterone. Bet. And how they did it was they took it every day. So I recommend starting slow if you got your hands on some of it. And it tells the brain to create testosterone, I was told. That's what we're seeing right here too. And apparently it releases the free testosterone, meaning the testosterone that your body can actually use, because a lot of it gets locked up in forms that you can't use. And then it turns to like ugly side effects. Tonga Ali. You can get that. My favorite place to get herbs again is Vitamin Shop, the physical store, so that you can talk to the people and ask them, what's the difference between this and that and that and this? You know what I mean? What if I get an extract of this percentage compared to that percentage? And they'll generally be able to answer those kinds of questions that we'll need, and they're nationwide franchise. And if not, huh? And small mom pop herbalist shops. Oh my gosh. Yes. Please Google your small mom and pop herbalist shops. My daughter just helped me with that because we need to support our communities, build our communities, and they know what they have in store. And then empower yourself. Go to pubmed.gov Pub, short for publication, med, short for medical, pubmed.gov. .gov meaning it's the government. So, and government funded studies. Okay. So they can't say, oh, there's no scientific grounding. This is your science. This is your science saying it, right? This is your official website saying it, right? It ain't us no more just saying it. You can't deny it no more. Your own scientists are saying this now. So look that up too. See, I just looked it up. It didn't even take me 30 seconds. I put in Tonga Ali and PubMed, and I found this beautiful study right here. And guess what? There's thousands of them now. So empower yourself with your own education. And then I highly recommend finding an herbal store around you where you can make a relationship with these people in there that know, and they can show you books, you know what I mean, that you can read, and then we can share our knowledge, because that's how we were able to survive back in the day, living past 100. I think I told you guys before, my great great grandmother lived to 103. She never spoke English or the colonizers' language of Spanish, and poverty beyond poverty beyond poverty. But they were able to live so long because they knew of herbs, and they knew of the herbs because they told each other about them and they shared it with each other. And then my great great grandmother lived till the late 90s, and my grandmother's still alive in her late 90s, you know, and my grandmothers who got cancer living here in this country over 20 something years ago. And when the doctors told her about it, she went to an herbalist. In the meantime, she thought she was just preparing her body for the chemo and the radiation and the surgery that they were going to do. But then when she went back to them, the doctors were like, listen, they literally told her, I don't want to know what you just did. What doctor says that? These healing, isn't that your job? Don't you want to know? Isn't that your craft? Wouldn't you want to know? He said, I don't want to know what you just did. You're cancer free. Go home and live your life. And it never came back. And my grandmother she never really did adapt a good living habit, plant-based diet. It just, she cleaned it out so good that it just never came back. So yeah, that's herbs. It's undeniable at this point, you know? So yeah, please, 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 please visit your mom and pop herbal stores, get to know them, get to know where they are, visit your herbal gardens, your church gardens, you know, get some of that good produce in. You can even make your own microgreens no matter what you live in. You know, you can live in a box. You can live in an apartment with just one little windowsill. You don't even need sun to have microgreens, and you can have your microgreens every day in the morning. In your smoothies and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I do this class every day, is that it's the little things that don't cost a lot that we can integrate into our lives every day that can have us living healthy, and then get to what life is all about. Life is not about staying alive. Life is not about eating and, you know, staving off disease. There's so much to do once you get past the survival mode. There's so much to do that's amazing and wonderful once we get past the subject of what are we going to eat. You know what I'm saying? And if you just get these habits in place, then you don't have to think about it anymore. And it just becomes habit. It becomes second nature. I make my green juice every day. I have my cleansing tea first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I do a cleanse every season that comes around. I do a good internal cleanse, and I deworm myself, deworm all the babies at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you clean your house for spring cleaning every now and then, the body needs maintenance too. Unfortunately, I don't even know why the body needs, I don't even understand why we got to eat so often. But, you know, there was an intelligence that made this, and there's a reason why. So, you know, I surrender. I say, yeah, buddy. Yes. And then we could just live good and long and not even think about it. It's not even a thing. We don't even know. People like, why you live so long? I don't know. I just keep waking up. Just like that Chinese guy, when they asked him, why you live so long? I just keep waking up, he said. But then when they looked at his diet, he's eating these wonderful mushrooms every day, all day. You know, and it's like, oh, that's what you're doing. It doesn't have to be all specialized with mood lighting in the store. You know, no. You can just grow it yourself and keep it moving, and then share it, that habit, with the people around you, which is what I'm here for. Is just share with you guys some regular everyday stuff. So we can all live longer. Because this information is our birthright. This information should have been passed on from our grandmothers and grandmothers and grandmothers and grandmothers and grandmothers. And for example, my great aunt, my mom got malaria when we were living in Liberia. And every time she would get stressed out, the malaria would flare up because it was living in her spine. One time we came here in South Florida, and my great aunt, who grew up in Nicaragua, knew of an herb that would flush the malaria out of her body. Now, all the allopathic and the regular MD doctors had been giving my mom antivirals for at least a decade. My mom had this malaria issue that would flare up every now and then. One time, I wish my great aunt was still alive so I could ask her. I was little, but I saw her cooking the tea in the pot. My mom was in the back room, couldn't move. She had a bout of malaria that had flared up, and she was so sick. And my aunt said, "Bet, I got you." She went in the kitchen. She made a big old pot of something. It was red. The root was red. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please let me know. The root was red, right? And it was a chunk. And she just boiled it and gave it to my mom all day long like water. My mom has never had malaria again. It never came back again after that one tea that my aunt gave her. Mind you, she'd had it for 10 years up to that point, and the doctors are giving her all kind of stuff. Every time she had it, there's a big old shelf full of stuff that they can give you for malaria that didn't really help. I don't even think it shortened the symptoms or helped her do anything but sleep, knocked her out and drugged her up. But this one tea, and now my mom never got malaria ever, ever, ever again. But I was so young, I don't remember what it was, and my rest her soul, Auntie, that bless you. She maybe she can give it to me in a dream, please. I want to remember what that herb was. So yeah, that's the magic of herbs. You're the bomb, love you, my sis. I love you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for even caring about this stuff so that we can have a better future for our children. This stuff is almost gone if we don't get all on board right now and save ourselves so that our children can live healthy lives and long, and our great grandchildren, and you know what I'm saying, like 7 generations down. Ashe. Keep it moving, keep it fresh. Yeah, buddy. I'm currently in Apollo Beach visiting a friend. Okay. Aqueous root, I think. For the Tonka Ali, is that what you're talking about? Okay, dope. Does anybody, the herbs flush all toxins through feces, I'm guessing. Okay, so that's a good question. Most of your toxins are going to come out, yes, in your colon and your feces, especially the big old chunks and the stuff that's surrounded by mucus, or for example, your gallstones are stones that are created surrounded by like this pus and hard plackish stuff because it's full of all kind of toxins and heavy metals that if it were had to have contact with this soft tissues of your organs, it would compromise them severely and hurt them severely. So the body, as a protection, that's what tumors are. As a protection, it'll cover these toxins and pockets of toxins with plaque and stuff like that. And sometimes, many times, they'll come out of the feces. Yes. A lot of times, depending on what it is, it'll come out of your skin, you know. Sometimes you won't see it because it'll come out of the pores, like when you're taking an Epsom salt bath or a clay bath, the heavy metals can come out of your pores. Sometimes you will see it, and it'll be in the form of a boil or a rash or eczema, or you see what I'm saying? And that's the toxins coming out of your skin. Your toxins will come out of whatever pore it possibly can. Okay, that's how that's gonna go. Your toxins are going to come out of whatever pore it possibly can. And yes, when you do a cleanse, though, you can deliberately make it all come out of your colon more than anywhere else. And then that way you don't have the headaches or the joint pains or the rashes. A lot of times when people will do fasting, they'll have all kind of issues come up. That's the toxins coming out of whatever they possible, the closest exit possible. And you can mitigate that with your detox baths, taking activated charcoal internally as well, massaging yourself, stretching so that the lymphatic keeps moving and it doesn't get stuck in one place and then try to get out through there or make a tumor or boil right there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But the colon being clear and flowing is the key to having everything else flow clear as well and unburdened to do so. So, yeah, feces is a big deal for detoxing, and a lot will come out in the feces, but it'll come out other ways as well. You know, the sleep in your eyes when you wake up in the morning is toxins coming out of your eyes from the lymphatic system as well. Like when you get in a plant-based diet and you do a cleanse, you'll notice you have less sleep. You have less plaque on your teeth in the morning when you wake up. All that stuff, all that stuff. Less dandruff. Dandruff is also like a buildup of stuff coming out of the scalp. In order to clean everything out, one would have to go on a raw vegan diet. Well, you can do a concentrated cleanse. So I've done a bunch of lives about this, and I have videos in my feed on how to do an internal cleanse. There's many ways to do an internal cleanse. Just to give you a quick recap, the most famous way and it's the diet, the vegan diet. You don't necessarily need to go vegan, but plant-based is the way to go. But just that wouldn't even really be necessarily the cleanse itself. That would be your regular diet, right? The cleanse itself is a concentrated period of time where you restrict all carbs, basically, all processed foods, all cooked foods, and you concentrate on cleaning out the body. The most famous popular way to do to do an internal cleanse is with like a herbal program. And those herbal programs, the most famous herbs in them will be like cascara sagrada, senna, turkey rhubarb. These are herbs that will make you poop, but they can also cause diarrhea, interrupt your day. So like if you're at work, you don't want to be running to go poop in the work bathroom 4 or 5 times a day, and then your butt gets all sore. You know what I'm saying? And then you have cramps and you're really gassy, and the stuff coming out smells really, really bad. So it's kind of embarrassing. Like that's what happens with a lot of the herbal cleanses. You can also do like fasting. Fasting is amazing for cleansing. Fasting is a setting in your body that when you skip your first meal, the body begins to eat itself. And it starts with eating the compromised tissues and the waste matter. But if you've never cleansed before and you go straight to fasting, it will hurt. It will hurt. You will have a crazy mood. You won't be able to think very well. It's just very uncomfortable. So I recommend graduating into fasting as a cleansing period. Then there's also the really, really strong herbs that where you can't do anything, such as duck flower is one of those herbs where, or also there's this toad venom where you take it and it has you purging from every hole that your body has. I mean, you'll be crying, you'll be snotting, you'll be salivating, you'll be throwing up, you'll be pooping, you'll be sweating all day. You won't even be able to have a conversation. When you're done, you feel brand new, right? But you go through hell first. I don't recommend anything that hurts, me personally. Every herbalist has their own approach. My approach happens to be one where, look, I've decided that I've had enough pain and discomfort for the rest of eternity. I'm done. If I could get something cleansed and do it in a way that fortifies me, doesn't interrupt with my daily life, and feels just fine, then I'm going to do that way. And I figured out a way to do it. And that is what I call feasting, raw feasting. So the cleanse part of raw feasting is you eat as much raw fruits and vegetables as you can, with a 25% sweet fruit, 75% everything else in the produce, right? And then you're also going to have a seed smoothie. On my website is the cleanse that I recommend. It's based on foods. The more food you eat that's raw and alive with live enzymes and fiber, the deeper your cleanse and the faster your cleanse. And when you're cleansing like this with fiber, you're not going to have diarrhea. It's just that when you do go, you're going to go every day, at least 3 times, just naturally, because of how much fresh produce you're eating and the green juice you're having 3 times a day, and this nut smoothie you're making with this flax seeds every day. It's part of the program that I have. When you do go, you're going to fill the toilet. There's going to be so much poop in the toilet that you're going to be like, oh my God, I've been walking around with this. Yes. And more, and a whole lot more. That didn't even scratch the surface. You need to do that 3 times a day, right? And then you'll see it'll you'll feel a lot better after even the first day. You'll feel so much lighter. Your mood will be lighter. Everything will just feel so much better systemically. You do that for about 7 days, along with a very gentle herbal formula that I have that I offer. That's an Ayurvedic formula called Triphala, Triphala. It's an ancient formula that's so gentle you can give to a baby or a convalescent and elderly person without hurting them. It doesn't cause any cramps or diarrhea. It just gently sweeps out the lymphatic system, the brain, all the fascia of the body, the fascia, that connective tissue that holds so much stress and stress chemicals, and will also help to loosen up the plaque in the intestine so that you can poop it out as you're eating all that produce. And then it won't interfere with your day. Cleansing like this won't interfere with your work day, and you won't have diarrhea or any cramping or any discomfort, and you'll get really clean on the inside after just a few days. And you do that, 4 times a year. Couple that with a good plant-based diet, meaning most of everything that you eat is going to be plants, green. And then I don't say don't have meat. I just say make sure it's an actual animal. Okay. Because if you take a chicken that's supposed to be done in a year, after millions of evolving, you have a chicken and it's supposed to be done in a year, right? But all of a sudden, they figured out a way to make a chicken be full grown in 6 weeks. Something ain't right. And then that chicken doesn't have feathers, never moves, never sees the light of day, doesn't have a beak, doesn't have tips to its wings, sits in its own feces and waste material all day, every day. That's not a chicken anymore. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's not a chicken. Okay. So that's why I say just make sure the meat that you're eating is real meat. And that's where you're gonna use those labels: hormone free, free range, pesticide free, antibiotic free. And now we're having a real animal, and that needs to be on the side in our diet. The main star of our meals is the meat, and then everything else is on the side. We need to flip that inside out. We need the main star of the dish to be the vegetables, and then the sides are the carbs and the meat. You know what I'm saying? And some salad and a green juice. Now we're living. Now we're eating for long life and no disease. You know what I'm saying? But while you're on the cleanse, there's no meat. While you do this, periodic cleanse that you're gonna do 3-4 times a year by feasting on the raw produce and your green juice and your seed smoothies, it's gonna be no meat, no processed foods, none of that. And it's only a few days, and you'll see so many cravings for sugar and all these weird things will go away, because that's not you craving it. Those are your parasites craving it. Your body would never crave sugar. Those are your parasites craving sugar. Your body is going to crave high caloric things that take a while to break down in plant form. So I hope that answered that helpfully. So let's see, did I miss anything else? I can't afford to get a colonoscopy. Um, so what should I do? Clean your colon out. Clean your colon out. And look at your skin as you're doing it and see how much it changes. Look at your body odor and see how much it changes. That will show you how much you've cleansed. And until you can get a colonoscopy, if that's something that you feel you need to do, eat lots of good fibers in the form of live produce. Just keep yourself on a good diet for as long as as much as you can. I recommend making green juice every day. If you drink green juice with each meal, then over time, your body's going to start craving it, because especially if you put superfood powders in it, because that's where it's really getting all of its real nutrition. Everything else is going for the parasites and like the addictions because of the concessions the body had to make because you weren't giving it its real nutrition. Yeah, because there's a post office near here that closes at 7. So I'm just gonna get as much as we can. Wait, what did I just print?
Bidets never made sense to me, especially when it comes to the poop bidets. I don't get it. You're just splashing around poop water on yourself, and then that's clean.
The bidet?
You're spreading it around.
How sway?
Okay, because the bidet just shoots, and then it goes everywhere. And then you end up with
It doesn't go everywhere.
water everywhere. I mean, I guess where does it go? It shoots up, and then it's hitting a surface, and then it reflects. So to me, I count that as doing it. I guess if you use enough of the clean water, you end up clean at some point. But as a female,
But you're not sitting in the pool of water.
yeah, it's a stream that is hitting.
It doesn't have to hit up either. It can go to the side. They got bidet hoses that you just like spray on you. But that's like any shower. It's like how else do you wash your butt? Like you're gonna be spraying water, isn't it? You're gonna use water and soap.
Pure bidets, like wipes, and then bidets. That makes more sense.
Okay, whatever.
Than just bidets. It's the solid poop is going everywhere.
No, it's not. Going everywhere where? Are you splashing all over the floor?
Well, it hits you and then it splashes. It doesn't go back down and it's water. It breaks up into the.
I don't understand why it has to be so messy.
my god. You would perfectly fit. I would. I think it's what Princess Jellyfish and that work. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm gonna die never know what that feels like. I'll accept it. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I love those things. Oh. Oh. No, because they were actually sharing it. Child, he's not. Yeah, buddy. Okay. You deserve it.
Okay. I have 8 orders to do. Most of them are in the small boxes. So you could go ahead and start taping those up. I got you. Not all of them are going to be in the small box, so I got to figure it out. What was that guy there to work on? I don't even know what he could be
Oh,
doing.
I don't know. No clue. I left. Tape. And you only use tape, right? You don't use.
Yep. I need to get some clear tape though to tape the address thing on it.
Don't you have?
I ran out. I've been meaning to get some more from the dollar store and I just haven't.
Wait, what? From? Oh, the clear tape. No,
Clear
I
tape.
meant the actual like seal stuff.
No, I don't have those anymore either.
Don't they have them at the place? You just do that there.
They're getting really picky with me. First of all, the post office doesn't have them. Only UPS has them.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they give them to me, sometimes they don't.
I can ask. I don't know what like that.
Yeah. Ask next time we go. Okay, so this is Rose.